Yeah, sorry about the delay. I found out the hard way yesterday. I was in the middle of a meeting and could not record. I can't unmute. Oh, Darren, we're gonna have to get you're gonna have to can you are you using the same computer you used like last week? Um, okay, I don't know. Maybe if Sharon can maybe look at your audio.
I can. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And maybe his camera. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems to be he's probably pressing buttons accidentally. Um, Arif,
Mhm.
good to see you there. Um,
Oh, I turned in the essay.
you turn in yet? Okay, awesome. Um, well, we're going to review these terms, and we'll be able to look at some of this, all of this today. Okay, not some of it, but all of it. Um,
My brother will log into
session.
his phone.
Okay, sure. Okay, we're going to look at this. Yeah, homework. Okay, there we go. And
Hello.
hi there. Okay, so let's go to gonna message. Oh no, not this. Okay, I'm not gonna mess with this right now. I'm gonna have to just go here. Zap. Okay. Make a note for after. I can't interrupt what we're doing here. Okay, so
Mr. Kevin, can
yes,
I go to
yes,
my because like my phone is about to die. Can I
yeah.
join? All right, I'm gonna join from the top.
Okay. Okay. Um, yeah, let's just wait a minute for people to join. It seems like we have a lot of technology issues this morning. Okay, Rush, glad you can join us. And then Sharon will join us shortly. Okay. So I'm gonna just get everything queued up here. And I'm gonna silence this phone here because it's distracting. Okay. Okay, so remember the homework here, um, and let's take a look at Ariv, your homework here, and let's see how you did. Um,
Wait, is it
okay.
due today?
Um, Well, we're going to work on it today. Remember that
Oh,
I didn't really assign it to everybody. It was just optional to make it due today. If you read the instructions here. Um,
it said it was
so,
due. I got like notification, so I did it.
oh, okay, gotcha. Gotcha. That's because I had it. That's what the settings said in Google Classroom. But remember in WhatsApp, the instructions were to that was optional, and especially if you were missing the green belt because whatever reason you didn't meet those requirements, then you can make it up by completing this essay here. Okay, so we have Sharon here. Okay, so Ariv, okay, it looks like you've done some good work here. So I'd like everybody, let's take a peek at what he's done, if you don't mind. And we're just gonna walk through this slowly. So introductory paragraph. No, by the way, so and Vihan as well, because he's going to be watching this recording. Be sure that you're very clear about these terms here. And Darren, if any of these words are confusing, I put a student-friendly definition down here. Okay. So there's really two definitions. So for a hook, we know it's a sentence or group of sentences used at the beginning of the introduction to grab the reader's attention and set the tone for the essay. Okay. So if is it a friendly tone? Is it a serious tone? This is what we mean by this. How the author feels towards the subject, right? Um, and as a result, how the reader may feel. Okay, the first part of your introduction that makes the reader want to keep reading. It should be interesting or surprising. So you can see here that Ariv actually started with a question, right? Um, and that is here. Do you ever wonder why students can't use a device that can be used for education and lots of knowledge? Right? Good question there, by the way. And it makes sense. That's a great question, right? And then the next part of this background, a section that provides necessary content or information for understanding the topic of the essay. So here's another way of thinking of it, a few sentences that explain the topic you're writing about and give some basic information. Okay, let's see what he's done here. And it's okay if he didn't do it exactly the way that fits the definition. So we can fix that. So many classrooms have endless forms of educational technology like laptops and smartboards. Some schools allow students to use their phones, but many have strict rules and about using phones in class. All right. So everybody, if does it seem like he has a hook here in background? If so, say yes.
I think, yeah, yes.
Yes. Okay. Right. And you can type that in the chat if you're muted.
Yes.
Okay, great. Um, okay, then what does he have here? Can anybody guess what that next part of an introduction should be? Well, it should be your claim or your thesis, right? Um, I don't know why. Okay, when I created this, it should have given me the word thesis, but that's okay. I think they're one and the same. So it's the thesis. A statement that asserts, now assert means to maintain or to say, right? The writer's stance or viewpoint on the topic. So stance, think about position, think about basketball, right? You're standing right there, waiting for your teammate, and you know exactly where you're standing so that you can make a 3-pointer, right? But your argument about cell phones, what you believe about cell phones is your position, your stance, right? Your viewpoint on the topic, which is supported by evidence throughout the essay. Student friendly definition, the main idea or opinion you are arguing for in your essay. Okay. I think this is kind of weak. The main idea, not really. Yes and no, but it's kind of like what you're arguing for. Okay. Position. Um, I see here. These are just definitions. A position is a clear statement of the writer's stance or viewpoint on the issue. Same thing as above, really. The point of view you're taking on the topic or the way you feel about it. So you'll say, yes, I believe in using cell phones in classes. That's your position. You stated it. Okay. It's not, you can't just say, oh, they use cell phones in classes. That's not a position right there, by the way, because that's a fact and nobody's going to argue with that, right? Got that, Darren? Right? So your position is something that not everybody's going to agree with. Let's take a look. Does he have a by the way, I guess this would be his thesis here, but let's see if he has one. After examining the issues surrounding being able to use your phones in class, I'm convinced that students should be allowed to use their phones in class. All right. Type a yes in the chat or say yes if you believe that he has a position here in this sentence. Is he making a claim? Is this a position?
Yeah, I think he is.
Yes?
Yes.
Right, because you can disagree with that. You can say, no, they should not be allowed. So he has to give reasons. Okay. All right. Position paragraph, a paragraph that presents the writer's argument or position in a specific aspect of the topic, supported by evidence, examples, and counter arguments. Oh, so here's the thing. We're going to have to revise this a little bit, right? Possibly. Now he has two different positions on this, right? We're going to find out what those are. And guess what? What do you guess we're going to do with our thesis here? How can we change it? Well, just to save time, I know I asked a question, but I'm going to answer the question already. Let's find out what he's saying here, and let's make sure that the thesis here states it, right? So, position paragraph. Okay, and then Arif, we're going to see, yeah, I like how you use this right here. And I should have put thesis right here. And I'm having trouble. I think I should just go to sleep, right? Thesis. All right, there we go. One reason I maintain this position is that, so state your first position, okay? So, let's take a look here. One reason I maintain this position is that having a cell phone in class could help promote safety. All right, for example, in case there's an emergency, students can quickly pull out their phones and call for help. In the article, cell phones in the classroom, should it be allowed? Okay. I'm not going to really be focusing on grammar here, but we could, or we should put the quotation marks, right? And we should capitalize. This is called title case, if you want to know. All right. Dr. Benjamin Washington, okay, we don't need a comma there, emphasizes that phones and classes can create immediate communication. The parents in case the child is not well or something happens in the day. As a teen, I have firsthand experience. Okay, let's take a look. Good job, Arif, of going through and using the template here. And you're giving evidence here. And then you're going into, as a teen, I have firsthand experience with. Okay, so now he's going to try to give us an example that goes along with safety, right? All right. As a teen, I have firsthand experience with having a phone in school being useful. Once the power went out and a girl had her phone, she was able to turn on her flashlight so that everyone could see. Okay. Um, okay, that's a good example. You might even say it more strongly. You might even say, um, if you know of a situation where there might have been a security breach, such as uh, school lockdown. If you ever heard of a lockdown, it's when they think that somebody is in the area near the school, maybe escaped from a prison, or they're a fugitive of some sort, or somebody robbed a store, right, or robbed a bank. Then what happens is, if the school is shut down, parents are panicking, right? Because they're hearing about this in the news, right? So, yeah, you could give an example like that, but still, we're just focused on, is he using the template? Yes. Is he giving examples? Yes. All right. In contrast, the Los Angeles Unified School District may rationalize, okay, good, that having a cell phone in class should be banned because it promotes cyberbullying. And there are also videos that show how your phone is changing you. Okay. You might want to explain this a little bit more, what you mean by changing, if whether you believe it's changing your brain. Um, so you should elaborate on what you mean by changing. So, my question would be, does this mean it's making you happier in the moment, making you sad? Like, I'm looking at my phone. Oh, I'm sad. I heard some bad news about a puppy. Or is it changing your brain chemistry? See what I'm saying? See how specific that is? So, okay, however, I contend. Let's go back to the model here. I definitely want to give you guys some time to write. Um, so I'm going to get through rather quickly. In contrast, so he's going to name a group or person possessing an alternate or opposing claim. Okay, so yeah, and he did that with Los Angeles Unified School District. Okay. However, I contend that, and here we go. Let's see, that this claim is false evidence because some studies say that the average person spends more than 5 hours on their phone every day. Um, but wait a minute. Does, Arif, my question um, is Los Angeles Unified School District saying that students don't spend enough time on their phones? Because it's so, because it seems like that's what you're arguing against, or you're not saying enough here. So are you saying that they're spending 5 hours on their phones and it's not ruining their brain? Like, they're surviving. They're able to use their phone for multiple hours in a day without any serious side effects. Is that what you're saying? Or most students are not being bullied?
Cause cyberbullying, I just put that they spend less hours on their phone, and that doesn't change you by making you like addicted and everything. It's because 5 hours is not that much for a phone.
So 5 hours will not make you addicted or change your brain chemistry.
No.
Is that correct? Or are you saying no?
I just said that 5 hours isn't that much, and it doesn't like kind of change you.
Doesn't change you. Okay, right. So then you want to, but you didn't say that. You said average spends more than 5 hours on the phone every day. But you actually need to say, and they do so without changing their brain chemistry,
Okay.
becoming addicted. Okay, so notice how more clear that is. That speaks directly to this idea of changing you. But then also, you haven't really posed a counter argument to this cyberbullying. So you may want to do either remove this cyberbullying or add something here that says, additionally, there are studies according to. Now, all of you that are watching this, so Sharon and Darren and Arush, I hope what you're paying attention to here is notice the quality of his argument and how specific it needs to be. He doesn't need to prove them wrong, but he does need to provide evidence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if you might disagree with his evidence and say, oh, that's kind of weak. I don't agree. It doesn't matter, right? Because what we're focused on here is being really matching counter argument with argument, right? He wasn't really successfully arguing that until we made it more clear. We said, oh, okay, so it's not changing you. But here he left this kind of in the open. He didn't really address that. So, Reeve, how would you like to handle that? Well, actually, let me just follow this. Let's just say that Reeve wants to address this issue of cyberbullying, and he wants to show, because remember that what we're doing here in the template is this. However, I contend. So he's showing an opposing claim or a counter argument, right? With strong evidence from an article or your experience. Okay, so it has to be strong, of course, but it needs to be there. Okay, so that's what we're focusing on now. So Los Angeles is saying, no good, cyberbullying. And Ariva is saying, wait a minute, according to, now let's just say that he found an article. Maybe it's the same article here. By the way, what he should have named the article here, right? Some studies. So here's what I would do. Need to state or cite your source. Okay. So Vihan, I know you're not here with us, but I hope you're also paying attention to this part here. Citing your source, this cite, C-I-T-E. You know what happens when your parents, they get caught by the highway patrol or the police for driving too fast or maybe an expired license? They get a citation. Cite. So the officer cites the law. He states or he quotes the law. He says, okay, and then on your ticket, it'll say violation of code, whatever, right? Not allowed to go over, like the speed limit, that's a code right there. It's 45 miles per hour, right? So when you cite a source, you're giving evidence, very specific. So this right here, Los Angeles, he's citing that. He's stating, okay, anyway, not to beat that to death here. Some studies say, or I think better is show or demonstrate. The studies themselves don't say, right? So just to be more clear, show that the average person spends more than 5 hours on so without changing their brain chemistry or becoming addicted, right? Additionally, according to, and then here he's going to cite another article, cyber. Now, what do you guys think? What is cyberbullying? Is that really is it prevalent? So let's do this. Let's go to Google Gemini. What is a counter argument to the claim that cell phone use exposes kids to cyberbullying? All right, we can see here. Some may argue that while cell phones may expose children to cyberbullying, they also offer opportunities to combat it and foster positive development. Okay. So cosmotechnology is right here in this article. Okay. Right here. As children mature, their social networks begin to expand beyond just schoolmates, but also friends from various extracurricular activities like basketball and social settings. In this context, cell phones can help maintain these connections, right? Let's talk about cyberbullying. Okay, this doesn't even address cyberbullying, so I don't know why we're looking at that. But what we could do here, we need to find a source. Um, so let's say this article here, kosher os, safe telecom. Okay. Okay, watch this. According to this, um, there are strategies to identify and handle online bullying. So let's use that. This is called safe telecom. Right, we're going to go back to his argument right here. According to according to an online article in Safe Telecom, for cyberbullying, there are strategies to identify and handle online bullying. Okay, so have I successfully created a counter argument with evidence here? Wait, do you see what I did? Okay, let's just do a person check here. Does it seem like I've provided a strong counter argument to what schools are saying about cyberbullying?
Yes.
Yeah, right? What's that argument? What argument did I make? What's the point of that telecom article? Okay, Los Angeles Unified is saying cyberbullying is on the rise. If your child has a cell phone, they might get cyberbullied. But what does the article in telecom say in your own words? You want to give that a try, Sharon?
Yeah. Wait, in my own words about like the telecom? Or
Yeah. Let's look back at this. Let's look back at I'll show you what to look at. Okay, right here. Um, this right here. Okay. This is what Los Angeles Unified is saying right here. Highlight that yellow, right?
hmm
But this is what we're saying. So there's an argument and then we have a counter argument in green.
well, wait, so I'm supposed to say like what my thoughts are in my own words or
Well, yeah, talk about what is
Mhm.
this counter argument in green in your own words.
All
Like
right.
read it. Yeah.
Uh they're
Sorry to put
basically
you on
they're
the spot like that. I
it's all
appreciate
good.
your participation. Yeah.
Well, basically what they're saying is uh they're saying well they're saying like people could like the online people like or like an article and for like the safe telecom is what they're saying. For like cyberbullying, they're saying like strategies are to identify or like handle online bullying. So they're saying like they're like strategies or like examples to handle like online bullying, like their solutions to that is what they're saying.
Yeah. Yes, yes, exactly. All right. See that. Um, has this been helpful, Arif, in terms of being more clear and strong in our arguments? Maybe. Okay, I don't know if you can hear me or not. All right, let's just keep moving here. Is Arif with us? Okay, I think something is, he's probably got distracted with something. Okay, let's keep moving on here. Um, so do I need to go further or so Arif, has that been helpful to
Yeah,
in terms
I'll
of
make
strengthening?
changes.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is has has it been helpful and clear?
Yeah,
Okay, okay, cool. All right, good. I don't know if we need to keep going further. Do you kind of get the idea, guys, how this is
yeah,
working?
Yes,
So,
sir.
what I'd like you guys actually to do is, first of all, do you have your notes from the last session where you drew your four squares and you wrote down the arguments from the article? You remember that?
I believe I should have mine somewhere.
Okay,
I don't.
Arush, let me know, and then Darren, please let me know in the chat if you can't activate voice because this is important. We It's going to be hard to write this if you don't have everything in front of you. You have yours, okay, Arush. Darren, awesome. Okay, what I want you to do also in your homework document, have you cut and pasted your argument from the session document so that you have everything in one document? You don't have to be like splitting your screen.
I do.
Let's see here. You do. Okay. So in the chat, let me know if you have that or don't. And if you don't, I'm going to show you what you need to do. So you got to go to the open session document here, right? You have to open it up. You see that? Oh, that's something different. Okay. So this is Arush's right here, right? So, oh no, that's cell phones. I'm sorry. I mean that's chores. We're not talking about that one right there. We're talking about the next one down, which is this one here in yellow. You see that? So Sharon, yours. So just cut and paste all of this into your homework page.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I will.
I'm going to do this for Vihan right now. So I'm going to copy that.
Actually, Mr. Kevin, I've already done that on mine.
Okay, great. I want to know that everybody's done that. So let me know in the chat or by voice if you've done that. In fact, just go to the chat so that way I can do a nice quick check. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Vihan's actual assignment here. And yeah, it should be here. Okay, there we go. I think he's already done it though. See, I could tell. Yep, there he goes. So he's got it in there already and he's got it staged. So everybody, it should look just like this. So open up your homework document and just drop it in there. Well, technically, I want you to paste it. And we're going to do some writing. Okay. So I want to look in the chat and to see. So Sharon has done it. Vihan has done it.
Wait,
Darren, thank you. Arush, seems like I heard you. Is
yeah,
that a
I was just,
yes?
yeah, but like,
Okay.
I think you guys did that like when I wasn't here, like the days I wasn't here.
Oh, okay, gotcha. We actually read an article. So what I'm going to do, oh boy. Yeah, that's a good question. But it doesn't work when I paste it. Okay. I wonder why. What if I did that for you? Okay. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some reasons from an article that we read. So I don't find a Reeves. I don't find your four boxes at all. And why is that? Darren. Okay, here we go. Let's do this for you. Bum, bum, bum. No, it's not working that way. It doesn't like me. Um, okay, we're gonna try this one more time. There's Darren. There's Mr. Shaw's. I think this is Vihan's. Darren again. No, that's the wrong one. Okay, Vihan. I'm not finding it for some reason. So, Reeve, I don't even see your four boxes anywhere. I see your children should be paid for chores. Did you actually cut it?
Uh, I don't know. I think I copied and tried to paste it, but it didn't work.
That means you might have cut it by accident and it might have disappeared.
Oh,
Can you go back to can you press the back arrow like you see
okay.
on my screen? Press the back arrow and see if you can get it.
Yeah.
Do you see it? Okay, for the rest of you. So while he's doing that, yeah, let me know if you can see it or not. I'm going to actually try to find the notes here. And then, Arush, I'm going to share with you some additional arguments that we picked up from an article. Okay.
All right.
So, and basically, we were drawing four boxes. If you look at your screen, we drew kind of line down the middle and a line across to make four boxes. And then up here in the upper right, it said my argument. So, um,
I can see mine though in the open session document. It's
you can
not cut.
see
I
it.
can see it.
What page is it on, sir?
3.
But isn't that chores?
Yeah.
No, that's the wrong one though.
Oh,
This is sorry. Kids should be paid for doing their chores. Okay,
wait. Then which one are you talking about?
we're talking about the ones below on like on page 5 where it's highlighted yellow.
Oh,
You see that? I see Darren's, I see Sharon's. I don't see yours. I see Vihan's.
You don't see mine?
I see yours. Yeah.
Oh,
Yours
oh,
is on page 5.
all right, good.
Okay, but that's okay. So Arif, you've already done the essay, right? So that's not really going to matter as much. Um, you can work on um, well, I'll work with you one on one if we need to. Let's do this for Arush. So what I want you to do, Arush, is I'm just going to make this a little bit easier for you. So oh yeah, I don't see yours either because um because you weren't here. We're going to cut and paste this into your homework and go back. Okay, let's find Arush. Oh, you turned it in already? Oh, so Arush, it looks like you wrote your paper already. Is that right? Is Arush with us?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
It looks like you wrote your paper already.
Yeah, because I saw you working on a Reeves, so I thought like we had to do it, and I thought I just didn't do it. So
Oh, you actually did that in the last, what, 5 minutes? You did this whole thing?
no, like I started it while you were working on a Reeves, and whenever you like or talking like if starting to talk, I just switched to like the call.
Okay. All right. No, that's good. Okay. All right. That's not a problem. Okay. Um, so what I'd like to do then is I want you guys to start writing. Um, so Darren, do you know how to start here? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to share your screen? And because I just want to be sure and see if you have any questions on this. So go
Oh no.
share your screen. Yeah. Oh, you don't?
I don't think I can on my
Oh, on the phone. Okay. Are you actually able to type on your phone?
Huh? I can type in the chat on my phone.
Yeah, but how are you going to how are you going to do your homework? That's my question.
Oh, yeah, I can type on my Google Docs
You can
on my
type on your Google Docs. Okay. Okay, you know what I'm going to do then? Okay, so for Reeve, what I want you to do,
Uh, I might
yes.
leave the meeting on accident because I have like 1% left and I can't find my charger.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. Okay.
I turned on battery saver, but I don't know how long that's gonna last.
Okay. You know what I'm going to do for your Reeve? I'd like you to revise yours, but I'm going to go back into it. And so Vihan, as you're watching this, I I think it can be helpful in a way to see kind of what I've done with his. So I'm going to do this. So um now Arush, what I'd like you to do also while I'm doing that. So everybody's doing something different. So Sharon, you're writing, Darren, you're writing. Um, but for Arush, because you've written yours already, I want you to go back and look at the template,
Oh,
which is here, right? And I want you to just be sure that so you don't have the sources. So when it talks about an article, in the article right here, blah, 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 just be sure that you have an article mentioned there. And remember that there's some articles right here that you can use. And I think the first one is the one that actually we were able to, there's a second one, I think. Let's take a look. Peer research. No, why is this not working? Yeah. Okay, that second one is not going to work. The first one here, you might want to start quoting that and also using evidence from that if you haven't already. So we're going to say, yeah, here's a good article for you to use. Okay. So so you want to look for your evidence in here and go ahead and read this article and then make your argument stronger. So, all right, any questions on that?
oh no.
Okay. So we're gonna do this for about 7, 8 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Because I need to finish this at 12:15, but I will give you a couple minutes to explain what we're doing for homework. Um, okay. So for Reeve, I'm going to go back into your paper and start to just make different comments here to help you out. Um, okay, it's actually right here.
Oh, I
My
also wanted
perspective
to.
on, yeah, go ahead. I'm listening.
So like, I also wanted to tell you that like, the ninth graders like the article like it wasn't working, so I just did the first one like the seventh and eighth graders.
Yeah, that's what I was showing you before. It seems like yeah, it was a good link, but I think they removed that article from that website.
Yeah.
So, um, okay. My perspective on this issue is strengthened by Dr. Benjamin Washington's analysis of describing many positions, positives about how cell phones can help students in a classroom. Like during a lesson, students can go on their, okay, wait a minute, this is a run-on sentence here, Arif. So what I would do here, My perspective on this issue is strengthened by Dr. Benjamin Washington's analysis of the many positives of cell phones in the classroom. Okay. When you go into examples, I want you to always have a new sentence there, because what happens is it's like when a person's talking and they're, have you ever talked to somebody and then they wouldn't stop talking? They were saying interesting things, but they weren't taking a breath. Arif?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever experienced that before with somebody just saying, well, the reason why I can't do this is because the basketball got inflated and then the car couldn't
Yeah.
start and then the bus was late and then it's like, wait a minute. I want to process what you're telling me, and this is one of the ways that I think we can fix run-ons. So a good way to fix that is to try to find a way to stop the sentence as early as possible. And remember, think about your subject, who or what is doing the action. Remember that, and then think of your verb, right? My perspective, that's the subject. Is the verb, strengthened. Okay, and this is just the rest of the sentence. Sorry, what just happened here? What's happening? Okay. Yeah, the rest of the sentence is just modifying that first part. But the main action is my perspective is strengthened by what? So the rest of this has to be kind of short and sweet and concise, right? Dr. Benjamin Washington's analysis of the many positives of cell phones in the classroom. Now we're going to take a breath. For example, right? For example, during a lesson, okay, notice we're putting a kind of a condition on this. In other words, when. So we're going to put a comma during a lesson because that's a clause, right? That's affecting the rest of this. So we put a comma there. Students can go on their phone and join the educational games like Kahoot. Okay, good. The rest of that is good. This powerful statistic has strengthened. Let's see here. How are we doing, Darren? Doing okay, Darren?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You know what I think I'll do after a couple minutes? I'll see where everybody's at and I'll ask you kind of like to describe, what you're doing. And I just want to be sure I'm being helpful to you guys. Um, all right. However, I contend that. Oh, we're here. I'm sorry. We're in the second one. Strengthened by blah, blah, blah. Analysis of, right? This, okay. Now you didn't, yeah, okay, good. This, okay, now we can say strong statistic or this accurate or timely statistic has strengthened my perspective that, then you're going to state your position. Okay, okay, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, here we go. This is your position here. Cell phones or phones can be used for many. Okay, that's clear. Clearly, some schools don't allow students to use their phones, but for the schools that do, are you saying that do it or do allow it? So I'm going to put a comma there. It could be beneficial for learning. I'm aware that parents, adults, teachers, and others may argue that phones are a distraction during learning and shouldn't be allowed in class. Okay, you need a transition here now. Studies show that students who are in group chats can get cyberbullied, can make students depressed. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so we need a transition here because now you're starting to argue against your position. Is that right? Are you giving me a counter argument right there? Arif, is this a counter argument?
You're not sharing
Because
your
now,
screen.
okay, gotcha. Okay, is this a counter argument up here? I didn't realize I wasn't sharing my screen. Studies show that students who are in group chats can get cyberbullied and can make students depressed. Other negative effects are that students can develop cell phone addiction. Okay, notice this right here we don't need. And you can say another side effect is that, okay, so this is a counter argument. Is that what this is? Because I think that your position
Yeah.
is for cell phones, but here you're talking about cell phones have negative effects. But if this is a counter argument, then you want to say, okay, oh, are you saying that? Oh, I see what you're saying. Because parents and teachers say that cell phones are distracting, these studies here are reinforcing their argument. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. I want a good transition here because it sounds like this is you talking here. These are studies that you've looked at, but really it's probably these parents that are using these studies. Okay, so um, some studies that would support these parents. Okay, do you see how that made that more clear? Some studies that would support these parents show that students who are in group chats. Now, is it more clear now to you?
Yeah.
Okay. What I'd like to do now, okay, first of all, let's everybody stop writing. If you can take another 15, 20 seconds, and please stop writing because I want to show you something here. And I also want to ask everybody how you're actually doing in your writing. Okay, so please finish up any sentence and get prepared to share. And then we have to do three things actually in 5 minutes. Then I have to tell you what the homework is going to be. Okay. So, um, okay. So Arush, talk to me about how the last 5 minutes has gone, and what you might be stuck on.
So, oh, oh. So, the last 5 minutes, I was like reading like the article, like I was going over like what I could add to my paragraphs instead of like some
Wonderful.
stuff.
Wonderful. Okay. Thank you. How about Darren?
The last 5 minutes, I've been trying to improve my counter arguments for my essay.
Okay. See here. So can you do me a favor? Oh, is this what you're doing down here? Fact?
No,
Is
it's
that
on
what
like
you're
an it's on
it,
another document.
yeah, so
It's,
do me a favor, cut and paste it and put it in here and add
okay.
it. So your homework, Darren, is to finish this essay as much as possible.
Mhm.
Don't spend more than an hour, right? Don't if you get stuck, ask for help. Ask your brother, ask me through WhatsApp.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So I don't want you to get frustrated, okay? But so just try to make a strong introduction and then focus at least one good paragraph, right? Before you
Mm-hmm.
move on to the next one. And so use all that information, okay?
Okay.
How about Reeve? I think you've kind of been working with me this last 10 minutes. So what I would say for you, I'm going to show everybody what I think you could do to make your thesis stronger. And at that point, I want everybody to pay attention to Reeve's paper, okay? I'm going to show you something that we need to make sure when we're writing our paper. Okay, and then Sharon, how's it been going for you last 5 minutes?
So for mine, like I'm almost done with like my essay. For mine, I feel like I'm going over like the articles and like just vocabulary and like the
Good.
essay. And for mine, the essay build, I'm seeing like if I can like is there anything I'm missing. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. I know it's 5 days before we meet again. So what you're going to do for homework, guys, is finish your essay as much as possible. And guess what? If you have limited time, Arusha, I love what you're doing. Sharon also, and then Arif, obviously, you've done above and beyond. And then Darren, I'm glad that you're strengthening those arguments. Even if you just give me one good paragraph, I, you know, that's you'll have something, right? Um, so if you need to spend more time, let's say you don't do both paragraphs, paragraphs. So definitely do your introduction, definitely do that. Do one of the body paragraphs, but spend more of your time to read the article, make those arguments strong. Notice Arif's paper there, what I've done with it, according to the article, and I have to name the article, right? So be very clear about that. Be very specific. Okay. And then if you're done with that, then do your next body paragraph and then do your conclusion. Okay. So do the whole paper except for the second body paragraph, unless you have time. So I want an intro, I want a first body paragraph, I want a conclusion. Then go back and do, once you're done with that, go back, do your second body paragraph, right? Because if you run out of time, I would rather see that you had a conclusion and an intro and one of the body paragraphs, right? I want to see how you handle a conclusion and an introduction as well. Is that clear, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
let's do a quick thing right now. Let's take a 1 minute break to stretch, get some water, whatever it is, close your eyes, just 1 minute. And when we come back, if you don't mind, can everybody stay for a few minutes?
Yeah, I
I'm
can.
just going to show you something real quickly on Arif's paper. Okay. It's going to be fairly quick. So let's take a quick minute break until 12:17. Okay. And we'll finish before 12:20. Okay, let's roll call. Is everybody here? Let's take a look.
Yes, I'm here.
Arush is here,
I'm
Darren is
here.
here, Sharon is here, and Arif. Where did he go? Might have left. Oh, I think his phone kind of conked out. It's okay. Um, so let's do this. I want to show you real quickly how when you do your thesis statement, uh, okay, this is what I need to do. I actually need to share it. So let's read his thesis statement here. After examining issues surrounding being able to use your cell phones in class, I am convinced that students should be allowed to use their phones in class. Now, his first position here, notice the first sentence here. One reason I maintain this position is that having a cell phone in class could help promote safety. Hello, watch this. There are two reasons. One, One is that having a cell phone in class could help promote safety. Do you see what I did there?
Yeah.
So I took his topic sentence from his main argument, his position paragraph number one, and I made sure it is included in my thesis. And when you write your thesis, it needs to be very clear what are your reasons so that the reader knows exactly what they're going to come across when they get to that body paragraph. This is how your paper can be more organized, right? And it also makes sure that you're clear in your mind what your thesis is in the beginning. So when he first writes this introduction, he should be saying to himself, what are the reasons, right? And that way, and he's very focused here. He's got that first sentence is all about that first reason. Okay, let's look at the second body paragraph. I'm almost done here, guys. My perspective on this issue is strengthened by Dr. Benjamin Wilson's analysis of many positives about health about many positives of cell phones in the classroom. Okay, also, so we need to figure out a way to put this idea into our thesis. Okay. So that we're going to put that here. I'm just going to say, okay, sorry. Appear to be getting lost here. Okay. This right here, I'm going to just label as position one. Okay. The other is that Benjamin, what's his last name? Washington has uncovered several key benefits. What are those benefits? The problem is here, he hasn't given us what those positives are. He's given us an example, right? So it's going to be hard to kind of summarize what this whole paragraph's about, right? Do you see what I'm saying? Because then he goes into the counter argument here. So we don't have a lot to go off of here. So what I'm going to say is we have to kind of make this up. We have to say cell phones have many educational purposes. Um, cell phones give students access to games that can help them learn, right? Let's just say that. Okay. And the other is that cell phones give students access to educational games that enhance learning. That's it, guys. That's my second position. Okay. So just be sure that when you write your paper, that your thesis has your main argument here in it and your second main argument, which is from the position paragraph number 2. Okay, any questions?
No, I'm good.
Guys, pretty clear about that? Oh,
Yes.
by the way, I'll be doing a raffle for the I think it was the yellow belt because everybody got into that. So I still have what your prizes are from what remember a couple weeks ago you told me what you like for gift cards. So
Indeed.
I'll be communicating that through to you guys either Monday or in the WhatsApp. Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Take it easy.
All right. Bye.
All right. Good work, guys.